Welcome back. Time now for news from the left. First up, the woke weenies have found a new offensive term. This is a good one. Spazz. Spazz is now an offensive term in this country. It's like what you call somebody who acts like a maniac, lunatic. I know a lot of people like that. Apparently, it's offensive to call them spaz, and they're going after a woman named Lizzo, who is a pop singer, for using this word in her new song. Ironically, she also sings about castrating men in the same song, but nobody cares about that. But you say spaz, and the weenies just lose it. They just can't let it happen. One critic tweeting out, "Hey Lizzo, my disability, cerebral palsy, is literally classified as spastic dysplasia, where spasticity refers to unending painful tightness in my legs. Your new song makes me pretty angry and sad. Spaz doesn't mean freaked out or crazy. It's an ableist slur. It's 2022, do better." Another user writing, "Lizzo, please change your new song to take out the ableist slur." This is how these people talk. "It is not too late to humbly listen and remove a word that is derogatory and harmful and painful. There is no feminism that excludes disabled folks, so please." The best part is that this Lizzo woman just changed the lyrics to her song. And she put out a statement on social media, quote, and of course she had to play the victim here. Enjoy. "I never want to promote derogatory language. As a fat black woman in America, I've had many hurtful words used against me, so I understand the power words can have, whether intentionally or, in my case, unintentionally. I'm proud to say there's a new version of Girls with a lyric change, which I'm sure still talks about castrating men, but won't use the word spaz." Don't you feel better? Cleansing, isn't it? Next up, America's first autistic transgender bishop has resigned after allegations that he is racist. Now, you might be thinking a transgender bishop is interesting in itself. Well, it's a church in California. This is Bishop Megan Rohrer, who became the first openly transgender bishop at Evangelical Lutheran Church in San Francisco. San Francisco, of course. Rohrer made the unpopular decision to fire Reverend Nelson Rabel Gonzalez, a Hispanic pastor at the church. She fired him. It was the way she fired him that led to the allegations of racism, though. Rohrer, apparently, she wore a bulletproof vest when she fired him, worried that, I guess, this dangerous Hispanic man was going to shoot her, even though he works at a church, and then threatened to call the police if the congregants responded aggressively to his firing. Many members of the church also said Rohrer was smirking as she fired Gonzalez, which she quickly defended, saying that it was due to her autism. So just when you thought you couldn't jam-pack any more stuff into a news story, they threw that one in at the end. Moving along, the World Health Organization has decided to rename monkeypox in order to minimize stigma and racism to monkeys, I guess. Time is reporting more than 30 international scientists said last week that the monkeypox label is discriminatory and stigmatizing. There's an urgent need to rename it. According to the CDC, monkeypox first discovered in 1958 when 2 outbreaks of a pox-like disease occurred in colonies of monkeys kept for research. And we can't offend the monkeys. What was that Seinfeld with Kramer and the monkey? Ooh, we got to care about the monkey. Finally, Libs of TikTok has become somewhat famous after what they went through. They have obtained internal messages of Twitter employees debating a permanent suspension of their account, showing just how politically corrupt Twitter really is. It's pretty amazing. The first employee writes, "If we deplatform this account, we might erode trust in our platform from users who already think we're irredeemably biased against conservatives," which they are, of course. Second employee replies, "I mean, we successfully deplatformed Trump. I don't think deplatforming Libs of TikTok is going to cause a mass exodus, but I guess it may not be in our best interest to enact a ban on a high-profile account right now, in our fiduciary interest." Now remember, these two clowns probably own a nice bit of Twitter stock, as they are employees. Elon Musk is thinking about spending billions of dollars, $40 billion on this company. So these two idiots are going to make out like bandits, of course, and they'll just be two more limousine liberals living in the Bay Area. But you know what? That deal with Elon is still kind of on the rocks, right? I mean, they found out that like half of the Twitter users are bots, so what if he just ices the whole deal? What if all these clowns have to just keep working at Twitter for $70 grand a year for the rest of their lives, thinking that they almost got a $20 million payout? That would be funny. Although I still want Musk to rescue that site.